안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Pablo. So, as many of you guys know, I do a lot of street interviews on this channel. I've been living in Korea for almost 8 years now and have been doing YouTube for around 7 years. Because of YouTube, I'm able to see the types of people that come into Seoul and hang around in the hot neighborhoods like Hongdae, Itaewon, Gangnam. Throughout the years, I've noticed that there are more and more women coming to visit Seoul. Going along with this, one of my channel hosts often says that it's really difficult to find men to interview on the streets, but it's always extremely easy to find foreign women to interview. So why does it feel like there are way more foreigners who are female in Seoul than ever before? Also, although I am in Seoul, I'm guessing that this is also true in other popular destinations in Korea like Busan and Jeju. Well, while researching this video, I found a certain type of tourism in Korea called Hyu Tourism. For those who don't know, Hallyu means the Korean wave. You can think of it like Korea's influence on the world in terms of media. That's like K-pop, Korean dramas, and movies. So Hallyu tourists in Korea are like the people who love K-pop, love the dramas, love the movies, and are coming here to see their favorite bands or to visit locations or enjoy other activities that are related to these things. According to this statistic, there are twice the amount of female Hallyu tourists than male Hallyu tourists. Also, I found some really interesting articles talking about the smaller section of Hallyu tourists who are women who are coming to Korea to find Korean men. This article claims that many foreign women think of Korean men as being handsome, safe, and more respectful than men from their own country. As another reference, here's what some foreign women I've interviewed on this channel have to say about Korean men.
What first comes to mind is that they are hard workers.
Really shy, kind of like innocent.
Romantic. They're very stylish.
They take care of their appearance.
Kind.
착하다? 그런 것 같아요. 네.
They're very kind.
Tall. And handsome. And K-pop. What I heard from Korean men is they are really sweet, loving.
They like to travel. They like to be the best at whichever hobby they take up.
I heard that they're romantic and they treat their girlfriends well.
착하고 멋있어요? 네.
If they really like you, they take care of you, and like they show you, I know, a lot of affection, I guess.
So it really does seem like K-pop has created a new style of masculinity that a lot of foreign women are really interested in. I think of the K-pop style for men as tall, skinny, very stylish, a man who takes care of his hair, maybe even does makeup, is very handsome, and also very kind and respectful. This is very different from the traditional style of masculinity we see in the West, which is like a tall, muscular man with a very sharp jaw. So it's really hard to measure a lot of this stuff with statistics, but we do have to think about, why is BTS so popular in the world? Why are other male K-pop groups also really popular in the world? Well, they dance really well, they can sing, they're very stylish, they're very clean, they're skinny, they're handsome. Also, I've heard from other women that it's very attractive to see men in a group. There's an old saying in English that women love men in uniform. Okay, so we have this new style of sexy guy that a lot of foreign women like. But one big danger of this is that a lot of foreign women, before coming to Korea, could be expecting that when they come here, that all the Korean men are just super stylish, handsome, tall, skinny, kind of like all the K-pop idols, right? In fact, some women have actually said that after coming to Korea.
한국에 오기 전에 원래 뭐 드라마 팬이었거든요.
많이 봤어요?
네, 엄청 많이. 드라마에서 보는 한국인들은 무조건 배우처럼 뭐 생기고.
잘생긴 줄 알았어요.
네. 그랬는데 뭐 역시 집이었구나. 일반적인 한국인과 드라마에서 보는 한국인은 완전 다르거든요.
네.
행동도 뭐 외모도 다 뭐 다르죠. 완전 다르죠. 이제는 괜찮은데.
여기 살아보니까 이제 약간 일반적인 사람 많은 걸 이제 알게 된 거죠.
네.
근데 뭐 잘생긴 사람도 있긴 하죠.
네, 물론이죠.
For me, I was really into like K-dramas. I really thought it would be more like coupley, more like fireworks, very lovey-dovey. And like I'm not disappointed. There's a lot of cute dating places, but I thought it would be more like open. I found out Koreans are very conservative. I guess that's just something that really surprised me when I came.
Now I want to give my own opinions on why there might be more foreign women coming to Korea. Also, these are just my observations and opinions. If you disagree with me, let's talk about it in the comment section down below. Well, to start, Korea is really safe and modern. It has a lot of the modern amenities that people from developed countries like the US, Singapore, Australia are used to, like transportation, hospitals, technology, Wi-Fi. And the fact that it's so much safer than other countries, like for example, I'm from the US and you kind of have to be careful when going out at night if you're alone. And you can't just leave your stuff on tables in cafes when you go to the bathroom. In Korea, it's much safer to do these things, so this is the perfect combination of things that would make Korea very attractive for young foreign women. Here's what some people I've interviewed have to say about safety in Korea.
Scotland and Seoul are kind of different. In Scotland, they have one of the highest knife crimes in the whole of Europe, like for stabbings. Like you gotta know which pocket you put your wallet in. In Seoul, I come here and I feel much more safe. I was never like looking over my shoulder back home, but at the same time, there's a sense of being more safe here.
As for my mother's case, when she visited Korea, so we went to a buffet and I told her you can just leave your bag at the seat, but she brought it even to the buffet, so that was kind of funny to see for me because I'm just used to the ways it is in Korea now.
Ah, interesting. So in Germany, what happens if you leave your bag on the table?
It will be stolen.
So one thing that I really agree about the article that I mentioned earlier is that it talks about things like Squid Game, Parasite, BTS as things that are really making Korea more of a household name. People are really starting to talk about Korea, and more than ever before, when you say Korea, you say the country, Korea, people can list many things that come to mind, you know, K-pop, movies, dramas, even esports, technology, celebrities. For a long time, many Westerners have known about Japan and China, but only recently has Korea become as popular to talk about as Japan and China. So I just talked about all the reasons as to why Korea might be attracting more foreign women. But on the flip side, in terms of foreigner residents in Korea, people who are actually living here, men still outnumber women. And that has been the case for years now, maybe 10 to 15 years. You might think that this is very obvious. I mean, think about the American military here in South Korea. There are so many male soldiers that have to be here. Of course there are more men than women, but this is actually not what we should be looking at. I want you guys to guess though, where are most foreigners here in South Korea from? What are the top 3 countries in your opinion? I'll tell you right now, it's China, it's Vietnam, and Thailand. There are around 2 million foreigners currently living in South Korea, and only 146,000 of them are American. That's less than 10% of the foreigner population in Korea. It might not seem like that because Americans stick out. It's easier to spot them in the streets than it is to spot Chinese, Thai, and Vietnamese people. And I don't really know all the reasons as to why there are more Chinese, Thai, and Vietnamese males in South Korea than females. Also, I don't really go to the countryside as often as I used to, so I'm not able to see, you know, these smaller cities around Korea that might have more people from these 3 countries. And maybe that's a topic for another video. What is bringing all of these people here? However, as Corona continues to be less and less of a problem, I believe Hyu Tourism will continue to increase, and big tourist destinations like Seoul, Busan, and Jeju will continue to see more female tourists. Anyway, that's all I have to share for this topic. What do you guys think about this topic? Did you enjoy this video? If so, please let me know down in the comments section. Also, if you're currently studying English, I highly recommend you join my channel membership. Alright everybody, once again, I'm Sean and I will see you in the next video. Bye.